The Vamps, and before that, Avicii, and you're now listening to and watching Dan and Phil.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Sup everybody, Dan and Phil here on Radio 1, handing control over to you guys until 9 o'clock. This is our totally interactive show where for 2 hours of chaos, it is all about your tweets, your calls, your texts, and the music that you request. We'll be letting you know all the weirdest things that have happened around the world this week in internet news in about 15 minutes. We've got a pancake-related Dan vs. Phil challenge, which would be extremely dangerous, happening at 8 o'clock.
So much danger involved with these pancakes.
Real danger. And later on, we'll be laughing at your family's technical problems in Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet. But right now, Phil, how can people get involved in the show?
Well, they can go on the internet and tweet us at BBCR1, leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page, or you can text us on 81199 or give us a call on 03700 100 100 and send us your requests.
Yes, but remember, if you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now on anything with an internet connection, even your mobile, you can watch the entire show happening live on camera, which is a completely different experience. You get to see us in the studio, you get to see clips and all the features, but most importantly, you get to see music videos that you guys at home have made to your favourite songs and sent into us, which we then play on our show. So, hey, there's never been a better time to get involved. Try something new. Come join us.
That sounded a bit creepy, like we're a cult.
It sounded a bit culty, didn't it?
Like we're wearing masks in a basement somewhere.
This is a bit of a cult, to be honest.
A little bit, yeah. But now, our first video is a technical rave that Gerard Way would be proud of.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to Laura for sending this in. Here is My Chemical Romance with Planetary Go. Great song to start the show from Laura. Thank you. My Chemical Romance, Planetary Go.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
Right. Okay. So tonight, Phil, is a very big night for all insomniacs and people that actually care about films, as it is the night of the Oscars, the 86th Academy Awards, hosted by Ellen DeGeneres. Right.
We're having an Oscars party as well.
We are, actually. I'm shocked we're actually being social. I think it's the first time that I've had people at my house for a social event in like a month.
Brilliant.
Literally.
The Oscars start at midnight, do they?
They start literally midnight tonight, so we're in for a long haul.
Does that mean you have to be awake till 5 a.m?
Yeah, and you have to have your tweet game on max effort as well, so this is going to be hard. How are you going to survive it?
I'm not going to survive. I'm going to fall asleep before we see anything happen. Before I even see an Oscar.
Before you even see one.
I'm going to be fast asleep.
Okay.
But the party starts tonight with you guys. Yeah?
Yes, right now, our party starts. In what way, Phil?
Well, I thought we could all work together to create something again. Because last week we had TV pitch ideas. You were all sending in your TV pitches. But now, me and Dan are movie producers, okay? We have $300 million on a desk.
Not literally, I wish we did, but just for the metaphor.
Let's just use it. Let's just go with this. And we want you to tweet us your pitch for a movie, and then we might invest in you.
What do you want, Phil?
We want the name of the movie. Who's in the movie? What's the movie about? Then tweet us with hashtag #MyMovieIdea. And it's got to be good, because we're not going to invest in loads of people, are we?
Okay, so in one tweet, they have to convince us to give them all the money to fund their dream film.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that is the name of your movie, who's in your movie, and the plot of it in one tweet, followed by hashtag #MyMovieIdea. Tweet us at that now, and we will be reading out some after this song.
It's Kanye West, Black Skinhead, requested by Ruth on Twitter.
Tune.
Kanye West on a Segway in space would be my first movie idea.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. What would it be called?
I'll get back to you.
Okay, thanks for that. So, in celebration of the Academy Awards that are happening tonight, we want you guys to pitch movie ideas to us within the limit of one tweet. We got you guys to tell us the name of your movie, who's going to be in it, and the plot, followed by hashtag #MyMovieIdea. And Phil, what are some people suggesting?
Fan of Troiler said Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar story. It would be about Leo's journey to his Oscar, and it would contain a lot of tears.
That's kind of too soon. That's so too soon that it's preceding the events that might cause all the tears tonight.
My tummy's kind of hurting in anticipation for Leo's Oscar moment or not moment.
Oh, the internet is going to explode either way, isn't it? That's going to be the most dramatic thing ever. Okay, interesting.
Infinity Lester said using ducks instead of sharks. Ducknado.
Well, you just replaced the animal. That's not good.
A duck travelling at a high velocity can be pretty dangerous, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Beak to the eye.
I don't know. Maybe if they made a geese, it could be more believable. That's just my producer advice or something. Because they're more evil, aren't they?
I'd watch Geese-nado over Ducknado for sure.
What's this one?
Also, we have one from Glitterly, who said a movie where Jennifer Lawrence plays every single role. Need I say more?
Well, as a producer with loads of money, I would invest in that. The internet doesn't need anything more.
Of course you would.
Just clones of Jennifer Lawrence in a room talking for 2.5 hours. I'd watch that.
Brilliant. In My Own Little Boo said, like Gravity, but with cats.
Okay.
It'd be in 4D and would star that cat that Dan saw in India.
Ah, yes, the stray cat that stood on my lap when I was eating something. Yeah, Gravity, but with cats in 4D. So that would mean that things would be like spraying at your face and stuff like that. What effects would happen if you were watching a Gravity-themed space cat film?
Claws. They could be like clawing at you and you feel it under your seat.
Okay, so you would be hurting our audience with knives or something.
Or they'd like hiss and then just spray you with cat saliva.
Okay, well, that's great. Good start. Thank you to all the people that have sent those in. If you have an itch to become a movie maker, then just send us in yours with hashtag #MyMovieIdea. But now, we've got a video that has been sent in by Rosie and Bethany to McFly, and this is probably the sweetest stop-motion animation I've ever seen. I never thought that I'd actually get Stickman-induced feels until I saw this. So to everyone watching on the website, prepare yourselves emotionally. Here is Falling in Love.
I cried.
Hello everyone, we just want to take this time to say thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for listening, watching, sharing, the taking part.
And a massive thank you, guys, for just being you.
Throughout our February celebration of Access All Areas.
It really means the world to us that you...
Chill out, guys, we're still on.
Stay with BBC Radio 1 and 1Extra and have us forever
and ever.
And ever by downloading the free
BBC iPlayer radio app.
Be strong, guys. It's going to be okay.
Hello, Sam.
Hi, Phil.
How are you doing? How are you doing, Sam? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm okay.
Good. Do you have a movie idea for us?
I do, and it sounds kind of corny and rubbish, but hopefully it'll work.
Okay,
so.
hit me with it.
Okay, well, it's called Radio Alpacalypse.
Radio Alpacalypse.
Nice.
Strong, okay.
Sounding good.
It's set in a wooden cabin.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, getting the feel for it now.
I am, yeah, I've got a good mental picture.
And the cast is basically you two, Greg James, Scott Mills, and Nick Grimshaw, and you're all like, I don't know, you're all just hiding out in this cabin, broadcasting a radio show, and
Okay,
all of a sudden, these like zombie kind of llama zombie mutants spew out, like come out from the ground, and they're like trying to attack you all.
Llamas. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds intense. What do they do? Do they eat your flesh, or do they like spit venom out of their eyes?
Oh God. Oh, I never thought of that, Phil.
Can I just
eat your flesh?
They eat your flesh.
Do I live or do I die? Just in the mind, just wondering.
That depends how much, of a fan I am of you guys.
If I was to say yes to your idea, would you change the script so that I don't die at the end, but in fact save the world from the apocalypse? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Then I invest in your film.
Yay!
Congrats. Okay.
So we'll be sending... Thanks. I live as well. That's nice to hear. So we're going to be sending over $300 million into your bank account very soon.
Happy days.
Who do you think would die first then? Who do you think would be the worst in that situation?
Oh no, I don't want to be mean.
Just say it. Say it. Who would die?
I love you. I love all you guys so much.
Greg
That's not fair.
James looks a bit like he would be llama food.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I can't let Greg die.
Okay.
Nick sounds like he'd be a good screamer.
He would.
I think he'd be a good death first. Yeah.
That'd be a good
he
scream.
would be. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry, Grimmy. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me.
Okay, Nick Grimshaw got eaten by the llama. Now, what would you like to request as we think about that in our heads?
Oh, can I request the Foo Fighters Learn to Fly, please?
That's a good choice. Who would you like to dedicate this to?
I would like to dedicate this to my internet friend Kitty, who's one of my best friends, and my Twitter followers, please, Phil.
Yeah, of course you can. Here it is now.
Thank you.
Foo Fighters Learn to Fly from Sam, who wants to see Grimmy being eaten by a zombie alpaca.
Yeah.
Now, Dan.
Yeah?
If internet news was a bagel, it would be a cinnamon and raisin bagel from New York.
Why?
Because that's my favourite kind of bagel.
Cool. Well, I'm not sure what that had to do with news, but thank you so much for that analogy. If you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to watch the show right now, you can actually see clips of the things that we're about to talk about. But now, here's all the weirdest things that have happened around this week in internet news.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news.
A cyclist accidentally found himself cycling on the M25 after his phone app directed him onto the motorway during rush hour. Okay, here is a clip for everyone watching online. You can see the man just cycling in the middle of a motor. I don't know. That must be terrifying.
He must have noticed he'd gone onto the motorway, though. He could have gone, oh yeah, that's a motorway, I'm going to turn around now.
Who follows an app enough to end up on a motorway on a bike? I mean, really?
Maybe he just continued into the sea.
Maybe he was feeling so awkward that he just continued. I mean, I've done that a lot. I've been in situations that I felt so awkward that I just had to kind of roll with it.
Just not onto a motorway on your bike, though.
And there he is getting taken away by a policeman. Needless to say, don't try cycling on the motorway. It's a very bad idea. I think that what he did was he forgot to set it to the pedestrian mode on his app, so he just did the car signals. Guys, don't blame your phones.
Internet news. According to some experts, selfies are spreading head lice.
What?
Mary McQuillan, a lice expert. Imagine being a lice expert.
Hello, I'm a lice expert. Hey, Phil, it's a real profession.
Okay,
we need them. The world needs them.
She's from California. She claimed that she's seen a huge increase in lice amongst teenagers this year after teens are sticking their heads together to do a selfie, and then the lice transfer to the heads.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
She said, here's a quote, "Selfies are fun, but the consequences are real."
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, real dangers, guys.
Hey, what if... What, do you know when mobile phones were invented?
Yeah.
What if they were invented by a giant louse?
By a louse. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this giant louse has invented all these phones, and this is his day of reckoning.
He was the guy that invented front cameras.
Internet news.
And finally today, this is amazing, a clip of a BBC News reporter has gone viral after she appeared to sink through the floor at the end of doing a news report. The video of this has been viewed over 3.7 million times on YouTube. So everyone watching online, here is reporter Caroline Bilton gently sinking into the floor as Leanne Brown then says, "I think we had a problem with the camera there." Let's see what that looks like.
This is my favourite thing.
Of the financial cost.
And down she goes.
I think we had a problem with our camera there at the end.
Oh, it's so
wow,
funny.
that was absolutely inspirational.
Every news broadcast should end in that way now.
Someone just awkwardly hovering down.
Yeah.
My favourite edit of that was someone who edited flames at the bottom, so it just seemed like she was descending into hell, which is obviously not something that has happened to Caroline Bilton. Okay.
That was the Internet news.
The Internet News.
And now I am pleased to announce that we have our first ever Bollywood dancing video that has been sent in by Lydia and her mate. And whilst I'd love to play Tunak Tunak Tun on Radio 1, keeping it a bit more pop, here is Pussycat Dolls with Jai Ho.
BBC
Radio 1.
Okay, so getting back onto our conversational topic of the evening, which is your movie ideas. We want you guys to tweet us in the space of 140 characters the name of your movie, who stars in it, and what happens in it. But now we are going to Mina for her pitch.
Hello, Mina.
Hello.
Have you prepared your pitch? Is it ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your movie called?
It's either going to be called Adventure YouTuber or YouTuber Time.
Okay.
YouTuber Time, okay. And who stars in this, I wonder?
Obviously you guys and like every other really cool YouTuber. Like,
so we're cool, are we? Oh, thank you.
Do I get to be a hero?
Yes, you're both heroes.
Okay, yes. What happens in this movie?
So it's kind of like Adventure Time. You guys are the main characters for Adventure Time.
Okay.
And everyone is each character, and it's kind of like living the life of YouTubers.
So a bunch of kids from the internet recreating the world of like a horrible apocalyptic future with like walking cakes and stuff like that.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's going to be horrifically amazing.
Can I be Phil the dog with the power to stretch my body into any position I want?
Yes, of course. That would be amazing, Phil.
Thank you. It would be amazing, Phil.
Unintended.
Yeah, I would turn into a car or a sofa, I reckon.
Cool. So is that a yes to the investment?
I think we've just invested in something. We're a bit low on cash.
So you're saying...
I'd love to, but no.
Wow. After that, she said she'd give you a starring role.
I know, I have to be cruel like Simon Cowell.
Wow, okay.
So sorry.
Thank you for your idea, though.
You can have a request.
It's a brutal industry.
Could I please have Skrillex Bangarang?
Yeah, why?
Because my brother loves Skrillex, so I'm going to dedicate it to him, my best friend Nina, Solomon, Dia, Helena, and everybody on Twitter.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
it's Grimmy here, and on this week's Best of the Radio 1 Breakfast Show free download, we have Mark Wright doing Matt Fincham's hair.
I think he looks like Finchy, just smarter and more Essex, more prim and proper.
It's call or delete day, and playing this morning is Jake Bugg. Good morning.
Morning, man. I know it sounds a bit daft, but if you could pretend to be me, and I've got to go pick up this award.
What to be on cameras with?
Aaron Pauley's here, everybody.
Hello.
Pretty major. Breaking Bad is because my attention span is terrible. It's the only one that I have stuck with and got obsessed with.
Good.
To the level I'm fully nervous that you're here this morning.
No, it has that
Beyonce level of panic.
Yeah, it is. Download it for free from the Radio 1 website, and we'll be back on air Monday morning from 6:30.
And now for Rosie, and literally hundreds of people across Twitter and Facebook.
So many people.
A classic. Here is Toxic, Britney Spears.
Toxic, Britney Spears. I'm still trying to get the intro to that right. You know, the baby, can't you see?
No, you sound like you're having a poo. It needs to be sexual.
Well, I'm
Britney
trying.
Spears. No. Look, that's what she's known for. Okay. It's about that baby.
Baby, can't you?
All the wrong kinds.
It's been like a year of me trying that. I still can't do it right.
Moving thoroughly on. Okay, so we've been asking you guys on Twitter to send us in your hashtag #MyMovieIdeas. Phil, what have people been saying?
This is one of my favourites so far. Leather Lester said, Hamaway. A hamster runs away from home with only a carrot in his backpack, starring Anne Hathaway and my sister's hamster.
Wow.
I'm just imagining Anne.
Church's Mother We Share.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So the Oscars is happening tonight, and we are now predicting films that will be in the Oscars 2015 with people's movie ideas on Twitter.
Okay.
They've been pretty good. We've got one from Polyester Lester, who said, "Fix it, Phil." It's about me getting professional help to stop him breaking everything in the house. As I've smashed this week 2 plates and a cereal bowl on separate occasions.
It's been a bad week. Being woken up by the sound of china crashing on the floor is very distressing, because when it's Phil in the house, it could be death, basically.
Yeah, so I was getting my cereal bowl out, didn't even get it off the shelf before it smashed in my hand, and I cut my hand open in 3 places.
You smashed the bowl on the shelf just trying to get it out of the cupboard.
Yeah.
Very special.
So that would be a very emotional and sad film about the loss of my thumb.
Okay.
Elise said, "Emoji. A man, who's played by David Tennant, becomes obsessed with emojis and can't communicate with anything else."
Wow. What are you trying to say? Salsa dancing lady kicking her heels up. What? Man in turban. What are you
Wild
doing?
boar.
Hospital. Yeah, that'd be amazing. It's kind of like Her, but much more relevant to this generation.
I would watch
feel.
that.
That's amazing. I'm giving you all the money, Elise.
There's not many breakfast emojis. I was trying to tweet about breakfast. I could only find a donut and some eggs.
Sort it out.
Need to sort it out. And also, Alan Campbell said, "Thawed. It's got the Frozen characters, but everybody dies."
Wow.
That's dark.
Jeez, wow, that's like old-fashioned Disney. That's like Snow White period Disney twist.
I don't think we can invest in that one.
Fairy tale magic and death.
Maybe Jess has got a more happy story for us. Hello, Jess.
Hiya. Hiya.
How are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. We're ready for our movie pitch idea from you. Have you got your radio on in the background, by the way?
No.
Okay. You sure? Okay. All right. I could hear myself. It was a demon in the Matrix. So, what is your idea? What's the movie called? Hello? Jess? Jess?
I think she's using an iPhone, and what you just heard was her on speakerphone, and she's either accidentally muted herself or disappeared.
I was so excited for her. Oh, you're there.
Hi. Did you just mute yourself?
No, I might have. I'm really
you had it on speakerphone. I'm totally
did it with her ear.
If this was a real movie pitch, I would throw you out the window. But no, we're cool now.
Jess, what's the movie called?
It's called Touch of the Past.
Right.
Touch of the Past.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What's it about?
So basically, you get any of your images, like even if it's on film or digital, and you touch it to go back into the past and like manipulate it, but to a certain extent. Otherwise, you'll damage the past, and then there's like extreme consequences.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty deep.
It is really deep. It sounds like the butterfly effect, but with mobile phones and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Who is the star of this movie?
Johnny Depp, or you could get like Chloe Moretz in there.
Nice. You've thought that through. That's like an actual movie idea.
It is.
That's going to be in the next season of Black Mirror, I think.
So what song would you like to hear tonight?
Could I hear like New Fox by Arctic Monkeys, please?
You can indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye.
So keep your movie ideas coming in with hashtag #MyMovieIdea. We want some ones that will blow our mind. Here's the Arctic Monkeys. Arctic Monkeys, Do I Want to Know? But now it's time to talk about tonight's...
Dan versus Phil.
Okay, the time has come. Dan versus Phil is where every Sunday at 8 o'clock, me and Phil compete against each other in some kind of very creative and physically degrading challenge. And this week, it is very seasonally appropriate. Phil, would you like to explain what we're going to be doing?
It's going to be Pancake Day themed. check out these pancakes we've made. We've got D and P pancakes.
Blended pancakes. Wow. All out with the budget.
Still
the entire thing
good.
was blown on the eggs that we used to make this pancakes.
Do you know, I think I would still eat these despite the permanent marker on them.
I've been practicing with those, and people have probably been standing on them. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess people would want, like, floor that Justin Timberlake has walked across, so maybe
Probably.
you could eBay those later.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a pancake toss-off.
Which isn't just trying to catch it in the pan.
We're tossing them into some hoops that we've made.
It's kind of like curling, lounge. You know what I mean? We're trying to get them into zones worth certain points. But Phil, you suck, don't you? Because you practiced once and you were just awful.
I had a go and it just flopped onto the floor. It's really, really bad.
So this could just be the most dramatic loss you've ever had.
Yeah. It's making me excited for Pancake Day, though. I'm going to do Pancake Day hard this year.
And what does that involve, Phil?
I'm going to get all of the ingredients.
Making them naked and having a rave.
All of the toppings. Every single topping.
Are you going to follow our Delia recipe?
Delia recipe.
In case you didn't know, me and Phil have the premier pancake making tutorial on YouTube. Not that I'm allowed to promote myself.
Also, there's a diner that's open down the road that's doing bacon pancakes.
No, I don't support the idea of savoury pancakes for some reason. Whenever I go to America, everyone's like, you got to have bacon pancakes, and then I just imagine like meat, you know, like pig in your mouth plus pancakes. To me, it just seems like a sin.
You're not selling it well. I don't think that's what's going to be on the menu. But I don't know. Apparently, bacon, maple syrup, and pancakes is meant to be delicious. So I'm going to try that as well, as I'm trying everything this Pancake Day.
Okay, well, thank you. And we will be doing that Dan versus Phil challenge after this next song. So, Phil, prepare yourself, because you are going down in all kinds of ways. This next video has absolutely insane effects by Lucy. I have no idea how she made this with an app, but it's quite incredible. We do have to warn you that it has flashing images, very, very flashing images. This is Calvin Harris and Khalees with Bounce.
Calvin Harris.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I thought I was going to say it.
Come play with us.
Come play with us. That was a weird video. It's put me in a strange mental place. I felt like I was in like a government interrogation room where they play a video to brainwash you.
I know what you mean. I would just like to apologise for Phil's absolutely disgusting innuendo in the last thing. He tells me that it was unintentional, but that was like PG-13.
Completely unintentional.
Are you just serious?
Speaking about what I was going to do to the pancakes.
Dan versus Phil challenge happening right now. We're having a pancake flip off, okay? There's gonna be no nakedness or going in hard. Right, okay, what we're gonna do is we've got pans and pancakes branded. We're gonna try to throw them into rings. Phil sucks, he practiced at it. If you want to see this going down live on camera right now, get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. But for everyone else, here's disclosure.
BBC.
Radio. This is BBC.
Dan versus Phil.
is BBC Radio 1.
That was Jason Derulo. Every time.
Interrupting it.
For everyone that was watching, on the Radio website, you just saw the Dan vs. Phil challenge, which was the pancake flip-off. And I will tell you, to anybody that wasn't watching, that it was maybe slightly one-sided.
It was a nightmare. It was a living nightmare.
Phil, what went wrong?
I swear.
How can you not just flip a pancake out of a pan into a hoop on the floor?
I was using all of my man strength.
All of your man strength.
And I thought there was a lot of it, but apparently there isn't. Also, I think you have the power to control pancakes with your mind. It's the only answer.
That I telepathically have a link with pancakes.
They were just going straight to the 50 every time, like they were possessed.
Okay, well, we will have the winner formally revealed after this next song, so you can have until then just to wallow in your misery, Phil, if that's okay.
Someone who's good at pancake flipping, it is Brendan Urie. Panic at the Disco, I Write Sins Not Tragedies. It's been a while since we've had this on the show. It's a classic. Thank you very much to Elise as well for the video. You might be watching on the website. Panic at the Disco, I Write Sins Not Tragedies.
Speaking of tragedies, it's time to work out Dan vs. Phil winner. Oh,
that was a good seg.
See what I did there?
I saw what you did.
Because you suck at flipping pancakes, Phil.
I flip nothing, not pancakes. That was worse than yours.
Was that even a pun? Where were you going with that?
I shouldn't say
Anyway,
words.
Here to reveal the winner of this week's challenge formally is Katie.
Hello, Katie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Are you feeling the pressure of announcing this winner?
Yes.
Your whole life has been leading up to this moment.
It has.
Get ready to announce it.
Can I get a drum roll, please?
You can indeed.
And the winner of Dan vs. Phil is...
Oh...
Dan with 261 points.
How many points did I get, Katie?
0.
261 to 0.
Oh.
Well, just to be clear, that was like points in a ring. It wasn't like 261 pancakes flipped. I'm not that good, but wow, that was still Phil.
It was absolutely terrible, and we should fear for our lives on Tuesday when I try and make pancakes.
Do you want to know what the secret was? What? It was all about controlling the momentum of releasing the pancake from the pan. You were just throwing it. I was like releasing it outward. You know,
okay.
Physics, Phil.
Are you going to flip a pancake, Katie?
It'll probably turn out to be a failure, but I'll try.
And what song would you like to request? I think you earned it with that voice you did, your X Factor voice. It was great.
Adore You by Miley Cyrus, please.
Why do you want to hear Miley Cyrus?
Because she's amazing.
It says on my little piece of paper, you know way too much about Miley. Can we have a strange fact?
She used to do a YouTube channel with her best friend called Mandy, like back a few years ago. I used to watch it.
Miley and Mandy, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then they had like a weird dance-off with John M. Chu, and it turned out to be a strange promo for Step Up 2 on the Teen Choice Awards.
Yeah, the whole dance as well.
Yeah, man, wow. Flashback.
I just had a huge flashback.
Anyway, who would you like to dedicate this to?
May to Sonia and Amy, please.
Here we go. Adore You, Miley Cyrus.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hi, Russell Kane here, and this year you can run, swim or cycle for the Sport Relief Games. Here are the rules I follow when training. 1. Focus, because if I'm not focused, I'm blurry. Actually, blurry's quite good because that means you're going quickly. 2. Nipple plasters are essential when your nipples protrude like mine. Actually, one protrudes a bit further than the other.
Well, whether you run, swim or cycle for the Sport Relief Games, it's not really that complicated. Join the fun and games at bbc.co.uk/sportrelief.
BBC Radio 1.
Thanks for that, Russell Kane. You know, I get told that I look like the love child of Russell Kane and Professor Brian Cox.
You do. It is your exact face. Like, seriously, load up a face morphing website and download a picture of Russell Kane and Professor Brian Cox, and you'll just get Phil.
You'll get me.
Like, seriously, Professor Brian Cox basically has emo hair as well. It's uncanny.
It's how I was created.
Really? Wow, what a lovely mental image that was.
So something I wanted to talk about was an experience I had the other week where I got trapped inside some skinny jeans.
Oh yes, the internet knows this story.
In a well-known clothing store changing room.
Yes.
It was horrific. I'd gone for the spray-on skinny jeans by accident.
Which are like the tightest kind of skinny jeans you can get, aren't they?
They're like painted on. It was like, I went for those instead of the stretch skinnies that I usually get. And
Which are quite flexible, aren't they?
So I went in the changing room, pulled them on, jumped up and down a few times, and then realised I was stuck. I ended up lying on the floor of the changing room, pulling my jeans down as much as I could. Ended up pulling my pants down as well at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
I was like, if an assistant walks in now worrying about me, I'm going to get arrested.
That would look very weird, wouldn't it?
I'm going to be in the newspapers about this.
You'd just be like presenting yourself like a warthog, wouldn't you, with your butt in the air, like, I didn't mean for this to happen.
It was a mistake.
Do you often get stuck in skinny jeans, Phil?
Yeah, quite a lot. These ones I'm wearing right now are quite skinny, but they've got some
they're like technically skinny jeans, but they're normal. See, this is the kind of thing. A lot of people wear skinny jeans these days, but there seems to be a divide between technically things and the people that wear the spray-on ones, because I'm just too traumatized to wear those.
Yeah. Should we do a study?
Okay, what are you thinking?
Just let us let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on skinny jeans?
Well, whether you approve them or not. I remember when skinny jeans first started to get popular in like 2006 or whatever. They were so controversial. It's like half the people were like, oh yeah, like I'm totally indie or emo right now, and then everyone else was like, no, they're a sin. So are they still that controversial these days? That's what I'd be interested in knowing.
Yeah. Well, let us know.
Do you get stuck in them? Because I've never personally got stuck in a pair of skinny jeans.
Tweet us at BBCR1 or text us on 81199 and let us know your experiences with skinny jeans, and we'll be reading some out after some Imagine Dragons, who are also known for their skinny jean wearing, aren't they?
But do they get stuck in them? That is the question. Here's Demons.
When the days are...
That was Imagine Dragons with Demon. And now to continue our debate on skinny jeans.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So we asked people to text in with their general opinions on whether or not they're acceptable, and if you have had any traumatizing experiences getting stuck in a pair of skinny jeans like Phil did. I do say, though, my one feeling on them is that depending on the brand, they can either be ridiculously thigh-destroying or not, because I wear some pairs of skinny jeans that are quite flexible, and they can be like a size 30, and I wear them, and I'm like, oh yeah, check me out, I'm so fit. And then I go into certain kind of like best men themed shops, and I could pair like a pair of 36 waists, and I couldn't get them past my knees, and then I just find myself crying on the floor of the changing rooms like, I think I eat that much in December?
My ankles are too wide for them completely. So we've got some text in from you guys.
Okay,
here we go. Andy in Bake Up says skinny jeans are the work of the devil.
Okay.
There's never
Literally the work of the devil. Wow.
There's never been more of a ridiculous fashion trend.
Okay, who said that? That was crazy.
Dave in Glasgow. I wear slim-fitting jeans. Skinny jeans show too much.
Show too much. A bit too tight hugging around certain areas, maybe. Right, okay. What about Ben, who is texting in, who's currently on the M6?
He just says, hell no, skinny jeans.
Awesome. Okay, and then we've got one here from Chloe, who says, just prepare yourself for this.
All right.
I got stuck in a pair of skinny jeans in New Look, and I ended up having to sit on the counter so they could scan the barcode. Oh my god, can you imagine that? Just coming out like, was everything okay? Yeah, I'm gonna keep the one. I'm wearing them, okay.
I bet she's still wearing them now.
Just forever.
Just forever wearing those jeans.
You cannot expand or small down at all. Okay, those are good.
Well, not only you guys, we also asked people at Radio 1, including Greg, Christar, Grimmy, and we're going to play them after this. It's Outcast, Miss Jackson, for Rachel on Facebook.
Miss Jackson by Outkast. Ari, the topic of skinny jeans, we got a text from Anna who said, I had no idea that people had such strong opinions about skinny jeans, and neither did I, to be honest. It's like bringing up any hashtag any week, and people are just like, yeah, maybe get creative. Skinny jeans.
It's exploded the internet. Carla has also said, I had a mishap. I ripped over and showed my butt while bending over.
That's mortifying. Wow, actually tearing your jeans in two when you bend over. That's not like I had a hole and people saw up it. No. Can you imagine the actual, like, jump? Rumph. Yeah, that would destroy your life. So, Phil, what happened when people asked people at Radio 1?
Should we find out?
Yeah.
I got stuck in skinny jeans most days. I actually had a pair recently made skinnier. So my friends sold them in skinnier, but we didn't so they were perfect on the leg, but I couldn't get them over my feet. So I had to cut them off. But yeah, all the time.
No, I haven't been stuck in skinny jeans. Don't be stupid.
I was stuck in. I've had trouble getting in the first place. Does that count?
I really like skinny jeans. They feel tight around my package. I got stuck in them. I get to them quite a lot after DJ gigs so I put my all into it and I get really sweaty and it takes a long time. And I'm sat in the car on the way home. They're literally just like stuck to me, and that is pretty gross. It happens all the time. I kind of like it.
Oh, Greg James is stroking his legs.
These are the bingo trousers, which I now can't get on. I thought they might expand at some point, but they're now just skinny jeans. I can't get them on. I'm sort of morally against skinny jeans.
I have been stuck in skinny jeans, yeah. They come in different modes, don't they? There's like normal skinny, stretch skinny, and one that's like super skinny where they basically paint jeans onto your legs. And I tried some of those on once thinking it'll be alright. Not only did I crush what little I have down there, but the removal process was embarrassing. It's a two-man job. You need someone else to grab the pipe end and pull it out. You kind of need oil or wax or something like that.
Do I look like a man who wears skinny jeans?
You're absolutely sure this is for the show?
Okay, so that was a lot of crotch on display there for everyone watching on the website. But no, that was good. So Grimmy has them made tighter, but can't get his feet through the holes. That's the relatable problem.
Yeah.
Greg enjoys how tightly they embrace his man parts. That's good. I'm sure a lot of people were happy to learn that.
And Chris Stark's jeans have just become skinny after all of the innuendo bingo.
Which is a bit gross, isn't it? To say that you have a pair of jeans that have been turned skinny by the saliva of various celebrities, and he's morally against them. So there we go. That is the study on skinny jeans. Still a very controversial topic that people feel passionately about either way, it seems.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you very much for getting involved with that. But now, a video by Joe and Sarah, which is combining two of my favourite things in the world, Sail by AWOL Nation, and living vicariously through other people's adventures. This is their action in Thailand. Oh no, that sounded a bit weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not that kind of action, it's holiday action. Go on the website if you want to watch it, and here is AWOL Nation. Sail, AWOL Nation, with a video thanks to Joe and Sarah.
BBC Radio 1.
Can we summon Alid again like we did last week?
We can. Phil, using the powers of your mystical maraca, summon Alid.
Whoa.
Hi, Alid. How are you? Just the final word on our skinny jeans debate. What are your opinions?
Well, I tend to wear skinny jeans because my legs are really fat, so whatever jeans I get, they look skinny.
So it's kind of like a corset, because it just kind of... I feel that sometimes. It's kind of like it's taking your fat on your legs and then just spreading it throughout the area of your leg. Yeah, that's why I wear
skinny
jeans.
They do serve a purpose sometimes.
Have you ever got trapped in a changing room like I have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
It's horrific.
It is horrific.
Also wearing matching hoodies. Who's noticed?
Did you guys plan that?
Team Alid.
I did, yeah. Check out the tweets from earlier. What are you wearing? I'm wearing this.
Yep. That's what's happened. So what's going down on the surgery this evening, Alid?
Tonight on the surgery, it's an important one. So we can be talking about self-harm. So if this is something that affects you or you know someone that it affects, please do call us 03700 100 100, or you can text us on 81199.
So don't call in for us anymore. It's all about the surgery.
All about the surgery.
If you want to talk to Alid and Dr. Rada, then those are the numbers to call.
We are there to help. 81199 the text. See you in about 25 minutes.
Thanks, Alid.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, can you shake the maraca?
Oh.
Bye, Alid. Thank you so much for visiting us.
Now, with a better story and dance-off than Step Up, in my opinion.
Wow, okay.
Showing which fan base definitely has the most swag in a video from Norwich, here is the fandom to Zed Stay the Night.
I know. The Dan and Phil Show on Radio 1. It's like eating a cake, but up with your ears.
That was Zed with Stay the Night. Thank you very much to the people in Norwich for that dance-off. But now, it is the time where we all gather together to laugh at your friends and family's struggles to keep up with today's technology. Read out by the erotic tones of Radio 1's Greg James. This is Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet.
Internet? Isn't that a misplaced tennis serve in Yorkshire?
I don't get all this facial book.
The World Wide what?
Sorry, I don't know how to internet.
So our first story comes from Emily.
All I can say about these texts is that my mum's an idiot. She texted asking, "Hey, sweetie, what do these mean? IDK, ILY, and TTYL."
Okay.
I replied saying, "I don't know. I love you. Talk to you later." She then wrote back, "Okay, I'll ask someone else."
They're going to be trapped in an endless cycle forever.
No, that's so awkward. Yeah, just like, BRB. Don't be rude, answer my text. No, Mum! That's so funny.
And make sure you're on the website as we are showing little sneaks and peeks of everyone's stories.
Indeed, and our next one comes from Ella.
A while ago, my grandma decided to get MSN, as it seemed like a good idea for her to keep in touch with us at the time. One night, she was having a conversation with my dad and meant to type, "I'm sat here absolutely knackered." However, it probably would have been a better idea for her to say that she was just tired, as she actually typed, "I'm sat here absolutely naked." Thankfully, no image was available.
Sorry, no image for that one. Oh, thank God. Wow.
Imagine reading that your parents had sent. That'd be mortifying.
That would be just destroying, wouldn't it? Do you miss MSN?
I miss MSN so much.
I never added my parents on it, and I think that would have been an absolutely terrible idea, wouldn't it?
I had like 17,000 friends on there.
I think I added my mum once, and I sent her a virus.
Really?
So that's a good reason not to. MSN memories.
And you could make your own emoticons as well. Those were the days. Okay, our next one comes from Alicia.
My granddad just got a new phone and downloaded WhatsApp. I have no idea why, but he's made his icon an image of a couple who definitely aren't my grandparents. We have no idea who they are or where he got the photo.
Okay, so for everyone watching on the website, you just saw that. It is basically just a random stock image of a couple sitting on a bench.
They're like they're sat on a rock or something. She's on his legs. She's got a rose as well, so they're obviously deeply in love.
Where did the granddad find this random picture of a couple? And why did he make it his display picture?
Maybe they're on Second Life and his granddad is having a whole
Maybe that's who he role plays as a secret wife in Brazil. Wow, we're onto it.
Or he just thinks it's a nice picture. Like my mum has these coasters that you put photos in, and she's just left the stock image of the lady in all of the coasters.
When you buy a frame and it comes with a stock.
Yeah.
Your mum has left the stock images in her coasters.
So when everyone comes around, they're like, "Who's the lady?" And we're like, "Oh, we don't know her. She's just the woman in the coaster."
That is inspirational. Okay, well, shout out to your mum and her granddad. Right. And this next one comes from Lauren.
My grandma was watching a DVD and she shouted to my mum, "Kathy, I don't understand this film."
Nice, Greg.
My mum walked into the living room to see that my grandma had the DVD on fast forward and was trying to keep up with it.
Oh, these modern technology movies, they go so fast.
Imagine her sat there just like, I just can't keep up with this plot, man. It's too intellectual for me or something like that.
Finally, Eden Wood has sent us a video. Yay! It's her grandma trying to enlarge Google because she can't see it.
Okay, what could possibly go wrong?
Press that one and...
Press and hold it.
Press and hold it. Where's the plus?
Trying to find plus on the keyboard.
Oh God, I can't find it.
It's like she's sniffing it.
Where was it? Right, CT, that one?
Yep,
hold
control.
It down.
Yep, control plus.
Plus. I've lost it.
Control plus.
I've lost it. There it is. And do both down together?
Yep, go on.
There you go.
Okay. Wow.
No, it's got to go small, isn't it?
So to anybody that didn't see that, she held down Control Plus, but then held it down, and it enlarged to about 800%. She just gave herself a jump scare by enlarging the Google text. That was quite spectacular.
It's the new maze game.
Thank you so much for sending us a video of that, Eden.
And that was, I'm sorry, I don't know how to internet.
Absolutely beautiful. I just say thank you to all the people that sent in stories. So if you have a funny story or a friend or a relative that is struggling to keep up with technology in any way, all you have to do is email us your story to danandphil@bbc.co.uk. And if you have any pictures or video evidence to go along with this, that is magical.
And now for people watching online, you can sit back and enjoy the ambience of the English countryside. And for all the listeners, you can enjoy some Codaline.
Here at BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra, we're all about the latest modern trends.
The old versus the new.
We've discovered something quite marvellous, which we think will enhance your enjoyment of everything we do.
This is getting real interesting.
It's called the Internet.
Very cool.
Not only does it let you listen to us on your mobile phone handset device at any time of day, but we also use it to show you videos we've made.
Big as life pictures in glorious color.
Yes, the future is here today.
I see what you mean.
Watch eye-catching musical performances and our funniest moments anytime.
That's a good idea.
Video online, made by BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
Well, I must say, that's great.
BBC
Radio
1.
I've got some exclusive information for you. It may not be 100% accurate because I haven't found out properly yet.
Okay, what kind of information are you talking here, Phil?
Okay, well, my brother may or may not have DJ'd for Beyonce and Jay-Z at a private party.
Context, go, help.
All I've seen so far is a Facebook post saying that actually happened. I DJ'd for Beyonce and Jay-Z.
So your brother was DJing at a random club in East London.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that after her gig at the O2 Arena, where she's currently camping, her and actual Jay-Z turned up in the club that your brother was DJing at.
Yeah.
And so your brother and his girlfriend...
His girlfriend Cornelia actually danced with Beyonce, and Beyonce said she was a good dancer. What? How does that happen to someone related to me?
Can you imagine Beyonce going, hey, you're a good dancer? So Phil,
does that
you were
mean...
at the Brit Awards last week. Irrelevant. No one cares. Oh, what's that? You made Liliana? No. Your brother DJ'd for Beyonce.
They wouldn't even let me sniff her shoes at the Brit Awards.
We weren't let near Beyonce. Seriously, when Beyonce was rehearsing at the Brit Awards, that was the most shut down I have ever seen anything in my entire life.
I'm hanging out with my brother on Tuesday, so I'll get the full lowdown and I'll let you know next week.
Do you promise? You can't just announce that. You have to get the entire full scoop of how your brother and his girlfriend ended up dancing with Beyonce and Jay-Z for 4 hours.
You'll know the whole scoop by
that
next
is not a thing that happens to peasants like us, Phil.
I know.
So you must tell us what their experience with the gods was like.
I will let you know. I'll let you know.
Okay, but now what's our next music video?
It's One Direction now, thanks to Feta.
Okay, is that a block of cheese or a girl?
It's a curl, Dan.
Okay, here is One Direction with Happily.
One Direction Happily, and Robert on Twitter has a movie idea.
Wait.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Formal start.
It was relevant, though. One Direction, This Is Us Part 2.
As a movie idea?
Yeah.
Segue, nice.
See what I did there?
What would that be? Just, This Is Us again.
Yeah, so we have been asking you guys for movie ideas. We have $300 million to invest in you, and we've only got a few minutes left. So let's find out who we can invest in.
I've been generally quite pleased by the people's ideas, but what are some of our last ones?
Keith Williams wants Zombieber. He said the title speaks for itself.
Because they're making that Zombiever movie, aren't they? Of the zombies that are actually beavers. But Zombieber, hey, maybe that's the plot twist that everybody wanted.
I'd go and watch Zombieber.
Would you like to be eaten by Justin Bieber, or would you like to...
I'd like to be like The Walking Dead fighting Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber,
yeah.
Okay.
In a nice way. Amy said, a tragic love story of two lizards on a cruise ship that sinks, and the male lizard dies and the female's heart will go on.
Nice. Very original idea. There.
Just no plagiarism whatsoever.
Lizard Titanic. There we go. I'm sure that someone has done that with their stick lizard somewhere, because I had a friend that used to recreate movies with his hamsters, which I'm surprised wasn't you, to be honest, you and your blinking hamsters. But someone out there has recreated Titanic with their pet lizards just for fun.
That would be cool.
Out of boredom on a Sunday. If you've done that, then please send it to us.
That's our last one, though. Lizard Titanic. Are we going to invest in that?
I think I would. It's kind of like Sharknado in the sense that it's so ridiculous that it would definitely win. Do you think so?
I think so too.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody that sent those in, and the Oscars. Yeah, so Phil, are you ready to stay up until 5 a.m. watching Ellen?
I'm going to fall asleep after it ends.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. I just want to say, if you guys want to be in next week's show, maybe you've made a music video to your favourite song, or maybe you have stories of funny internet fails that you want to send those to us, the email address is danandphil@bbc.co.uk. So if you've made a video to your favourite song, or you got any pictures or video evidence of funny technical fails, just email them to us and we will be having you in our next show. But now, Phil, shall we thank everybody that's gotten involved?
Let's do some thanking.
It is time for the end credits. Thank you to Lucy and Molly,
Ali and Macy,
and Laura,
Rosie and Bethany,
and Lydia and her mate,
Danny,
and Lucy,
Elise,
and Amelia,
Joe and Sarah,
and the popular Norwich fandom,
Betta,
and Emily,
Ella,
and Alicia,
Lauren,
and Ruth,
and Sam,
Nina,
and Rosie,
Jess,
and Rachel,
Katie,
and Holly,
and Amber. There we go. And with the surgery is up next, but now requested by Amber on Facebook. Here is Little Iron Man by Mumford & Sons.